Hello everyone, my name is Kirstiana C. I am a recent Fresno State graduate in the Food and Nutrition Sciences Department. Today I'm going to lead you in a lesson about overnight oats. This lesson was originally created as a cooking demo to be taught in person. However, due to coronavirus, we have switched to a virtual platform. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the health benefits of consuming breakfast every day and also why overnight oats are a great option. We're going to start today's lesson with a guided meditation. This will be a 5-minute guided meditation provided by Headspace regarding a mindful walk. Stress is directly linked to overeating, ignoring internal hunger cues, and poor weight management. In a recent poll, 38% of participants report overeating as a coping mechanism for stress. In addition to overeating, chronic stress has been linked to a higher prevalence of cortisol, a hormone related to fat storage in the abdomen, and C-reactive protein, an inflammation marker which over time is linked to higher risk for obesity. Next, we are going to learn how to properly record your heart rate. Heart rate is important because it provides information on the function of one's heart muscles as well as provide insight to any possible abnormalities. A normal heart rate should be between 60 and 100 beats per minute. An unusual fast or slow heart rate, in addition to any abnormal beats, may be reason to contact your doctor. Please follow along with the video on how to properly record your heart rate at home. Next, we ask that you complete a pretest before the rest of the lesson is taught. This insight allows us to see how effective we were with our lesson and if any changes need to be made for further lessons. Please click on the link that is provided and it will take you to a Google Form sheet to be completed. Now on to the lesson. The data that we collected when creating this lesson provided information that most people do not consume breakfast on a daily basis. Research provides many health benefits of eating breakfast every day. The first is jump-starting your metabolism. Breakfast meals typically consist of carbohydrates and protein. Carbohydrates help to fuel your brain while protein works to help keep you full. The combination works to provide you with energy to kickstart your day. The next benefit is lowering LDL. LDL is a type of cholesterol that is bad for us. It stands for low-density lipoprotein. Breakfast typically provides a good source of fiber. In conjunction with fiber, eating breakfast can normalize blood sugars and decrease the risk for insulin resistance. Both fiber and normal blood sugars can lower LDL cholesterol and the risk for atherosclerosis. The third benefit is improving mental focus. Eating breakfast provides our brains with fuel and is noted for the ability to pay attention, remember content, and perform better at school and work. Without adequate nutrition, your body will begin to conserve energy for basic survival, and this will leave less energy for other tasks. The fourth benefit of eating breakfast on a daily basis is improving the chances of getting adequate micronutrients. Micronutrients are known as vitamins and minerals. Breakfast can provide essential vitamins and minerals such as fiber, folate, calcium, iron, and B vitamins. Those who eat breakfast, in addition to lunch and dinner, are more likely to consume their recommended daily intakes, or RDIs, for the day. The fifth and final health benefit is improving weight. Skipping a meal like breakfast increases the likelihood of you overeating later on in the day. By choosing to eat each meal, you are more likely to eat the adequate amount at that meal. A review in the Circulation Journal found an abundance of data to show a link between skipping breakfast and being overweight. Choosing to eat breakfast is also associated with a decreased risk of insulin resistance, even for those who are not diabetic. Again, using the data that we collected to make this lesson, we realized that the three major obstacles that participants stated that they face was time, convenience, and cost. Oftentimes, with busy lifestyles, there is not enough time to prepare meals. This can lead to individuals reaching for quick convenience foods. Convenience foods tend to be calorie-dense instead of nutrient-dense, providing more calories than nutrition. In addition, cost can play a big role in the choice of food. Again, Inexpensive food is also associated with lower nutritional quality. Lower nutritional quality is then associated with weight gain. The goal of this lesson is to provide knowledge and information to combat the obstacles of time, cost, and convenience while still implementing weight loss and overall health. The decision to do overnight oats stems from the three obstacles that our participants were facing: time, convenience, and cost. The pros of overnight oats include that they can be made in a multitude of flavors, can be meal prepped on the weekend or even the night before, they are inexpensive, can be eaten on the go, and can be made very quickly in about 5 minutes. This next slide is dedicated to discussing the health benefits of consuming oats or overnight oats. Oats provide fiber, probiotics, and micronutrients, as well as lower cholesterol, control blood sugars, and include a balance of carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Furthermore, not only do overnight oats combat time and convenience, they are also in keeping with the lesson, which is to cultivate a healthy lifestyle through optimal nutrition. Beginning with fiber, old-fashioned oats provide both soluble and insoluble fiber. Beta-glucan, a soluble fiber, is given credit for its ability to lower cholesterol and increase bile acid production. This also aids to decrease cholesterol. Beta-glucan can also reduce blood sugars and decrease insulin resistance. Beta-glucan is also greatly credited for decreasing the risk for heart disease for these reasons. Fiber is also beneficial due to its slow digestion and ability to keep you fuller longer. If you use yogurt in your overnight oats, you may benefit from the added probiotics. Having a healthy gut is beneficial for many reasons. These benefits include weight loss, disease prevention, digestive health, and increased immune function. A dysbiosis, or an offset in the gut microbiota, is linked to obesity, mental health problems, allergies, and digestive issues like diarrhea, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease. Interestingly enough, probiotics can also work to decrease LDL, or low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, by breaking down bile in the gut. Lastly, probiotics may aid in weight loss by way of a number of pathways. They can prevent the absorption of some dietary fats, burn more calories, and feel fuller longer. Specific nutrients that oats can provide, as mentioned previously, is calcium, folate, iron, and B vitamins. Calcium is important for bone health and when taken adequately can decrease the risk for osteoporosis. Folate helps to generate both red and white blood cells and convert carbohydrates into energy. Iron, credited with its ability to carry oxygen by way of red blood cells, helps to keep tissue supplied with adequate oxygen, which in turn keeps us from feeling tired and groggy. B vitamins, noted for being the building blocks of the body, consist of thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, B6, biotin, folic acid, and B12. These micronutrients contribute energy, healthy brain function, cardiovascular health, and muscle tone in addition to many other benefits. Lastly, oats can provide a good balance of macronutrients. Macronutrients are carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Oats themselves provide a good source of carbohydrates and protein, but when toppings are added, oats can provide fats and proteins through nut butters, seeds, nuts, and yogurt. By combining carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, this can help with keeping you fuller longer and keeping your blood sugar from spiking. Now for the nutritional breakdown. Per 1/2 cup of rolled oats with no toppings or additives includes no trans fat, cholesterol, or added sugars. It is a good source of fiber, up to 18%, has 6 grams of protein, and is considered higher in protein than most grains, has 2% of calcium for the daily value, and 10% of iron for the daily value. The next 3 slides will include information on how to make your own overnight oats at home. Step 1 includes grabbing your materials. You will need a mason jar or something similar with a tight closing lid, measuring cups and spoons, a mixing spoon, your liquid of choice, old-fashioned oats, and what I like to call pizzazz or our toppings. Step 2 includes making your overnight oats base. This includes old-fashioned oats, your liquid of choice. This can be milk, water, or yogurt, and you can also combine yogurt and milk if you want a more creamy consistency. And finally, you will want to add some pizzazz or toppings. This can include nut butters, fruit, spices, extracts, nuts, seeds, and sweeteners if needed. In your mason jar or a container that is similar, you will want to mix 1 part old-fashioned oats to 2 parts liquid of choice, and pizzazz for whatever flavor profile you are feeling. Finally, you will want to tightly close your container and stick it in your refrigerator for at least 4 hours. Next, we want to talk flavor. After all, this is going to make your overnight oats the most exciting. It can be customized in so many different ways, so let your imagination run wild. Down below, I have some flavor ideas such as carrot cake, blueberry lemon, apple cinnamon, banana nut, tropical bliss, and chocolate peanut butter. This lesson is really fun because it allows us to be hands-on in the kitchen. Now we want to see what you made at home. Please email a picture of your overnight oats and send it to the email below. Here I have provided a handout that condenses the steps that we just went over on how to build your overnight oats at home. A PDF should have been shared with you that you can print off at home to follow along. This concludes our lesson on the importance of breakfast and the many health benefits that overnight oats can provide. I now ask that you take a post-test. Again, this information is vital for the success of this program, and it provides information on how well we did and if we need to make any changes for future lessons. Please use the link. It will take you to a Google form where you can complete the post-test.